How's it going, Concho Valley Homepage? I am Sean Torres. We're back in the studio with Kenneth Carrell from ASU to talk about the 40th celebration of the Planetarium. How's it going today?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. So tell us about your event. When is it going on? Where is it located? Let me know.
Yeah, so our event's going to be this Saturday, the 15th, in the Vincent Building from 1 to 5 p.m.
Nice. And what activities are y'all going to have going on at the celebration?
Yeah, so at 1, 2, and 3, we're going to have planetarium shows, most likely. And so those will kind of be normal shows for people to come in. It kind of depends on how many people are there. And so we haven't decided what exactly we're going to show just yet.
Mhm.
We may let the crowd decide when they come in.
Nice.
But we'll do a few shows. But for those that have been to the planetarium before or maybe don't want to see a show, we're going to have the whole first floor of the Vincent Building full of activities and demonstrations and those things. So our Society of Physics students is going to be set up doing some demos and activities. The geology student group is going to be doing some things as well. Chemistry department is going to have some things. So
Nice.
there'll be lots of things for people to do, activities and hands-on stuff. It'll be some ways similar to the lab nights that we've hosted in the past. And so all of that's going to go on from about 1 to 4 p.m. And then from 4 to 5, we're going to have a panel. So we have Dr. Mark Sontag coming back. He was the person who was here in 1985 when it opened. And he was here for 31 years as the Planetarium Director.
Dang.
And so he's coming back, and he's going to be part of the panel. And we've got, I think, 2 or 3 other people that were in the physics department at that time in 1985 coming back as well. So we'll have a panel discussion with them where they'll talk maybe a little bit about what they remember and some memories, but then we'll have people be able to ask questions and tell their own stories and that type of thing. So pretty excited about that part.
No, that sounds like a lot of fun. All right, so if it was up to you, what 3 shows at the Planetarium would you show?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh, that's tough. So one would have to be a good traditional show. So probably Cowboy Astronomer. That one is the one when you go to the planetarium and think about what a planetarium show is. That's kind of what what you have in your mind. It's constellations, it's stars, it's all the lore associated with it. But I really like the new ones we've got. We've got some really good new ones that are more like watching a movie on a big screen. So like T-Rex is really good. The Great White Shark Show I really like because there's lots of underwater sequences. And so in the dome, it's sort of above and around you, and it kind of feels like you're underwater with them. So that one's pretty cool too. So maybe those 3. Yeah.
And can you explain this for this event? Who's it open to? How much does it cost to come there?
Yep. Open to anybody that wants to come. Completely free. Not going to charge anything for any of it. There'll be chances to donate. And so we'll have QR codes up if people want to donate to the planetarium. But we're also right now, our department's doing a food drive. We do one every fall for Thanksgiving. Part of it goes to the Ram Pantry on campus, and part goes to the Concho Valley Food Bank. And so if people want to bring canned goods, we'll have that out, and that always we take that the week of Thanksgiving to those. So if people want to donate to that, that's great. They don't have to. If they want to donate to the planetarium, that's great, but they don't have to. All of it's completely free.
Nice. And can you tell me a little bit about how long Dr. Sontag was there and how long you've been there, and do you plan to be there as long as him?
So I'll answer the first one first. No. I hope I'm not there 30 years. It's a great job. I really love my job, but 30 years is a long time. And so, thinking about his impact on the community, the campus community, but San Angelo as a whole, it's really remarkable in a lot of ways. So I believe he had to have been hired. He was there in 85 when it opened, the fall of 85. So I guess he was hired in 1984 and started in the fall of 85. And so the construction finished in fall of that year. The very first planetarium show was December 15th of 1985. And that show was about Halley's Comet, because that was when it was coming back through this part of the solar system. So like late 85, early 86 is when you could see Halley's Comet. So that's the very first show. And, you know, the 30 years that he was here and director, you know, I don't know how many students he taught. I mean, it had to have been tons. But just thinking about the planetarium side, we've averaged around 8,000 to 10,000 visitors a year for quite a while now. And so, you know, 30 years times 8 or 10,000 people a year, that's a lot of people, right? And so a lot of people my age and even older and younger too, I guess, remember him as part of the planetarium. So, you know, having that connection and being there that long and having an impact on that many people is really cool. So maybe 30 years for me too. I don't know. We'll see. That seems like a long time to do something, but you know, it's the job itself is really good, and we've got tons of people of all ages coming in. So just before I came, I had a group of first graders, I think it was.
Nice.
So we have, you know, kindergarten, first grade, all the way through high school. But we've got some assisted living communities here, senior living places here in San Angelo come and see shows too. So, you know, for me, it's to be able to see so many people in the community of different ages and stages and things. It's really cool. And so I can see why he stayed for that long.
Yeah. I mean, I personally recommend people go to watch one of the shows this year. I've been to 2 of them already.
Yeah.
And I plan to go to the Christmas one because that one sounds like a lot of fun.
That one's really good, yeah.
Yes, sir. So I can see why someone would want to be in this area for that long. Have you ever seen a show by him before?
Actually, yeah. So when I was a kid, so I don't want to date myself too much, but I was a kid in elementary school in the mid and late 80s. And so I remember going to the planetarium when I was in elementary school. I don't remember Dr. Sontag specifically. My memory's not that good, but I do know we went and saw a show, and it was really cool. And so it had to have been him. He's the only, so I was hired in 2016, and I'm the second director. So it was him and then me. So he did the show. And when they hired me, I guess in the winter, and so that spring, I didn't know, I'd never been a planetarium director, I'd never worked in a planetarium, I'd never done any of it. And so he had to train me to use all of that equipment and run shows and everything. So that spring I would come up to some of those public shows, and I came to a couple of the classes that he taught, and it was pretty cool. I mean, I knew then that it was going to be a fun job. And so, yeah, it was very surreal for me. I don't remember exactly when it was, but I was sitting there and he was showing me how to do some things. It may have been during a show. And at that moment, I realized that I had come as a kid and that he was the one that did the show. And it was very cool for me to be there, being trained by him, knowing that, you know, that had to have been something that positively affected me in my life, in my career and all of that. So
that's really nice.
Yeah, it's cool.
I like that. Is there anything that's going to happen this weekend, like the activities or any of the shows or the panel that you are most excited for?
So I'm excited about the panel. I think hearing their experience, what things were like in '85 when the building opened, but also, so I'm excited to see Dr. Sontag again, talk to him and hear him talk. But I'm really excited to see how other people, what they say. Because we've been getting phone calls and emails and things, people asking about it, and stories from them. You know, people, I think just today we got an email from somebody who was in one of the very first classes in the planetarium, right when it opened. And so, you know, all the people that worked for Dr. Sontag over the years doing research, but also in the planetarium. So I'm excited to hear those stories from other people and how that experience influenced them and inspired them and other things. I think that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun, especially since he'll be there and then you'll be there, and then maybe the next ASU Planetarium Director might be a 10-year-old there, and he might grow up and look at you and say, I'm here to be the next director.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Hopefully I inspire someone to take my place. That'd be cool.
Yes, sir. And is there anything else that's going on with the planetarium that we should know about?
So Next week, we are starting our holiday show, the Season of Light show, and that one's usually really popular, and so we play that one 4 times just to make sure everybody has a chance to come. But that'll be our last 4 shows of this semester. So 2 next week, and then we'll be off for Thanksgiving, and then 2 the following week, and that'll be it.
For the folks at home, can you remind them how much it is to go to that show?
Yep. So for adults, it's $3. For children, senior citizens, military, that type of thing, it's $2.
And are those shows first come, first serve? You got to buy a ticket like the movies?
Yeah, we only sell them at the door. And sometimes for these, we've sold out.
Nice.
And so you want to make sure you show up early. Like 6:30, people typically show up between 6 and 6:30 for the 7 o'clock show. But in the past, when we've had a bunch of people and it's full and there's still people waiting to get in, I've typically done a show after. So we're not going to turn people away. We want everybody to see the show. We want everybody to get in and watch a movie. So,
nice.
But you make sure you get in if you get there early.
And before we get out of here, I just want to ask, when you're showing the shows this weekend, there's 3 in a row, are people going to have to go in, get up, and come back out, or can they just sit there and watch all 3 straight?
We're going to see. I think we'll have to kick everybody out. It'll depend on how many people are there.
Yeah.
Because I want to give everybody a chance to come in and see. And so if we have a really, really big crowd, we may actually show a shorter show and do shows every 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Because we want to give everybody a chance to get in and see a show this Saturday if they want to. So, yeah, we don't want just 100 people to sit there and take all the shows up. So,
No.
But if it's just 100 people there, then that's totally fine. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know how many people are going to show up. So we'll try to accommodate everybody.
If you had to take a wild guess, how many people do you think will go?
I honestly have no clue. I'm hoping it's a good turnout. I really hope that a lot of people show up to get that experience, maybe have some of those childhood memories. But if it's too many, it's going to be tough for us. So, yeah, I'm hoping for a couple hundred people.
Nice.
That would be a really good turnout for us. Lots of, hopefully lots of kids as well, like you said, that maybe get inspired to do this as a job or you know, follow some path that leads them to some STEM career. But yeah, hopefully we have a couple hundred, few hundred.
Yes, sir.
And there may be more, there may be less, but we'll be there regardless. So.
Yes, sir. Shows will be going on.
That's right.
Yes, sir. All right, and that's all the questions I had for you today. And so thank you for everyone for tuning in today, and we'll catch y'all next time.